started sports at a really young age, and fitness was always kind of part of that, but it wasn't till college. I got a really bad injury playing football, and I hired a trainer to do my rehab. So for what he did for me and kept me from having surgery, I knew I wanted to do that. So that was when I was 100% sure that I wanted to go that route. I've done okay in sports and business, and one thing I can tell you for sure is when you're putting a business plan together or you're creating something of that nature, if you follow the same type of blueprint as you would in fitness, you'll have success. Because you know you need to follow the right people, get the right education, have the right mindset, put a plan together and implement it. It's exactly the same as fitness. 100% people look at fitness as a chore or a job or something uncomfortable or painful, and in reality it's just the opposite. You know, if you allow yourself to kind of wrap your brain around what fitness really does for you and what it does for your longevity, and not to mention your longevity for yourself but for your family, you know, it's a lot more comfortable being in shape when you're in your 40s, 50s and 60s and having diabetes and heart disease. So I think people just look at it as a chore and not really as the beautiful thing it is. The most important thing, there's several things, but the most important thing is you have to want it, you have to have the right mindset, and then you're going to educate yourself, and educate yourself from somebody that really knows what they're talking about. You know, if you're looking to just get in shape and find the six-pack abs, be careful when you Google stuff. Find a coach, find a qualified coach that has the education and has the track record, because the last thing you want to do is you don't want to get frustrated. You don't want to spin the wheels and go up and down. You want to make sure that when you put your mind to it, that at the end of the day you get to your goal. It's very important. So right mindset and a good coach. I don't think that I am by far the greatest business mind or the greatest at what I do, but one thing I know for sure is constantly learning is the most important thing. So when I was a young kid, my grandfather put me into martial arts because ironically I got beat up at school, so I didn't want that to happen. So he said, you know, I'll put you in, you know, martial arts, and the thing is you got to give it 110% or I'm not going to stand behind you. So when you put a game plan together, you know, when you put a game plan together and you have a burning desire to be successful at that particular goal, the sky's the limit. And if you can put the same game plan together in business or a relationship, whatever it may be, you can have success. I was very, very fortunate to have great grandparents and great parents, and the one thing that they told me is you can do whatever you want. You know, you just got to put your mind to it. Don't let naysayers, you know, put you down and belittle you, but you can do whatever you want. So my mentors really have to be my grandparents and my parents. As far as bodybuilding mentors, you know, you got to look to Arnold Schwarzenegger or even Bruce Lee, someone like that. But 100% I got to give it to my family. That's a funny question, or it's a complex question. So a lot of people think success is money or the things you have or the things you're able to do. And I believe I did reach success. I think I reached the ultimate success a few years ago. And to me, what success is when you can go to bed with a clear mind, sleep well, wake up with a smile on your face, and just enjoy each day 100% and not let negative things get to you. I think that's the ultimate success. You know, I think about that a lot. And the number one person, 100%, is Bruce Lee. And that's kind of a cliche answer, but like when you understand really what he went through and his philosophy on life, it's pretty incredible. So for me to work out with Bruce Lee, it would be more of a learning experience. And then, you know, if being a bodybuilder, you gotta put Arnold Schwarzenegger in that equation, and not so much for his philosophical answers, but just for his character alone and what he was able to achieve. So for sure, those two. Well, again, this is Bruce Lee and Arnold Schwarzenegger, so they would be putting me through a program. I would 100% be trying to get into their brain and figure out how they were able to get to such a high level of success. That's a really touchy subject when it comes to what I do, because all the current trends, the new current trends, they aren't new. You know, a lot of the trends that you see now, like the keto diet and the Atkins and the Zone, they're old bodybuilding tricks, 50, 60 years old. So the old, the saying is, you know, if it's new and it's a fad, you know, still go old school. Being a coach is a very personal experience, and sometimes you're not only the coach, but sometimes you're the counselor. So if you can really click with somebody and let them know that you really care to a deep level, that's going to help their success tenfold, because everybody wants to have somebody in their life that cares for them, whether it be a family member, a significant other, even a coach. So it's very important to be able to click with your clients and give them not only your goals and your programs and stuff, but really give them part of your heart. That's really important. One time in the mall, and it was just some kind of a game. You put them on and you were walking around. I think I almost fell down, but it blew my mind. It's insane what it is and how realistic it is. It really fools the mind to believe you're in that situation. So that was my only experience. I'm a big car fan, so I'd like to see some type of like racing or drifting or something like that. That'd be really cool. It was really good. I was fortunate enough to already know you guys, and it was fun. We had a good time, and wasn't super serious. We had joked around, and it was a whole new technology to me, and it's just incredible what it is. So really, when I'm talking to people about fitness, whether it's somebody that struggled and they've hit roadblocks or they're brand new to it, I want them to understand that it all starts with a mindset. You've got to have your mind in the right position to be successful. If you're not 100% into it, if you don't have a burning desire to make it happen, all the programs and information in the world won't help. But that being said, make sure you really know who you're listening to. Watch out for bad advice, listen to credible people, listen to a good coach, stick with the program that individual puts you on, but really 110% you have to be in the right frame of mind. That's the most important thing for success. So I guess my younger self, growing up in not the best neighborhood, in a rough neighborhood, and being influenced by the people you hang around with, I would say that, and I've said it before in this interview, that you just be careful not only who you listen to, but who you hang around with. So you always want to hang around with people that lift you up, that bring value to your life. And if you don't have those people in your life, you need to find them. You just got to be very careful who you hang out with and who you listen to.